Good evening, everybody, and welcome in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth is Tim Henderson. Tim, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. We are here once again at Lucas Oil Speedway, and we are with the League of Outlaws IMCA style modifieds here tonight. 12 drivers on the track. They're running some practice laps right now. Go ahead and take a look at the times that are on the board. A little over 2 minutes left in the practice. James Murphy at the top of the chart, the 1572. He's not currently on the track. AJ Hunsinger is turning some times. He's out there second on the board at a 1581. We do have a qualifying session coming up for these guys. After this wraps up, that'll be 5 minutes. Coming up here shortly. One thing to note, I don't see him out on the racetrack as of yet, so we'll bring that up in just a minute. So I believe this is going to be the fourth race of the season, this season for the League of Outlaws here at Lucas Oil. And it is always no surprise to see Mr. James Murphy at the top of the boards. Here, I know some of these drivers have some laps under their belts in other various leagues. I know a few weeks ago we were here with STRR running, I believe, even the setup that they're using tonight here at Lucas Oil when they had their league event here just a few weeks ago. Take a look at Jared Murphy working his way around the speedway. Trevor Doyle in the 024 machine. Now that car is a in-house car for the League of Outlaws, an in-house paint. You see the League of Outlaws got their logos and league sponsors all over that race machine. Looking very sharp, working its way around the speedway tonight. There's a couple other drivers that have new paints. Like I said, the 024 there. Also, I believe the 69 machine of Mitchell Menard. He's in some new colors that we're not used to seeing. He's also got League of Outlaws and league sponsors on that car as the practice session is just wrapping up. All right. Jared Murphy's taking to the track. Start his qualifying effort. See what sort of times these drivers put up. Out of turn 4, across the line for lap 1 for Jared. He's going to run a 16:24 on lap number 1. Trevor Doyle just went to the top of the chart on his lap with a 16:22. Now Jared Murphy, 16:21, so a 100th faster. Trevor Williams, third on the chart, 16:29. Across the line and to the top of the board at a 16:09. James Murphy on the speedway. He just crossed the line for his first lap, working down into turns 3 and 4 in that 65 machine. Cross the line and to the top at a 16:04. Awesome qualifying effort there. Thomas Levisser just wrapped up his.
Here comes AJ Hunsinger.
Yes, sir. League owner here at League of Outlaws in the last car to make a qualifying effort here tonight in his ESD Performance 33A machine. See what sort of times AJ puts up. Third at a 16:18 that lap. Lap number 2 was a 16:27, so he's going to get credited with a 16:18 on lap number 1. That should do it for our qualifying session. We should roll into the heats here shortly. If you're watching along with us on the Buckeye Racing Network, as always, we appreciate it. Let us know in the chat who you're pulling for here tonight. We always welcome those messages. While we have a quick moment, Tim, you seeing a little bit of practice and now the qualifying. Who you got your eye on here tonight?
I'm going to put my money on Jared Murphy.
I like it. I like the pick. I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go with that 024 machine of Trevor Doyle tonight. Maybe a little bit of a sleeper, you know. Let's go ahead here and take a look at our starting lineup for, for heat number 1. Front row on the inside is going to be the 65 machine of James Murphy. On the outside is going to be the 33 of AJ Hunsinger. Row 2 on the inside is going to be the 024 of Trevor Doyle. And on the outside is going to be the 23 of Owen Clark. Row number 3 is going to be the 515 of Chris Cox on the inside and the 84 of Aiden Schulte. 8 laps the distance for these fellas. Shouldn't have to worry about any transfer spots since we have 12 total cars here tonight, so everybody should get to run the feature. And we do have an AJ Hunsinger fan in the chat saying, go 33. All right. He's on the front row. Let's see what he can do here in this first heat. James Murphy's on the gas. Green flag is in the air, and we're underway in heat number 1 at Lucas Oil. Hunsinger, Trevor Doyle side by side for second place as they work down into 3 and 4. Doyle blinks out just a touch. He's right back in. Hunsinger looks like he's going to take second for now. Try to set his sights forward on James Murphy. Meanwhile, Chris Cox in new colors tonight as well in that 515. He's trying to look to the inside of Trevor Doyle.
Just working that bottom. Can he get the momentum to get around the 024 machine of Trevor Doyle?
Absolutely, we're keeping an eye on it. There is a battle between Owen Clark and Aiden Schulte. That's a battle for 5th and 6th on the racetrack as they're side by side out of turn 2 and into turn number 3. Schulte not quite able to complete it. Clark a little bit squirrely out of turn 4 and down the front straight. But he holds on to the car for now. First 4 cars, single file. Murphy still leading the way. Coming to 2 laps to go in this first heat of the night. Looks like Owen Clark, Aiden Schulte settled it out. Clark is 5th, Schulte is 6th. Now to turn 4. White flag in the air for heat 1 for Mr. James Murphy. As he works down way low on the speedway. Trying a little different line here in the last lap of the heat. Checkered.
Oh, wow.
Checkered flag in the air. James Murphy wins heat 1. A.J. Hunsinger 2nd. Trevor Doyle 3rd. Chris Cox 4th. Aiden Schulte's 5th. And Owen Clark must have had a bit of an issue coming across the line in 6th. Let's take a look at the starting lineup here for the second and final heat of the night. Row number 1 on the inside is going to be the 57 machine of Trevor Williams, and on the outside is going to be the 1 machine of Jared Murphy. Row 2 on the inside is going to be the 67 of Donnie Battiest. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And on the outside is going to be the 07 of Christian White. Row 3 is going to be Mitchell Menard in the 69 and Thomas Levester in the 22. Field starting to roll here. Austin Strang, the owner of STRR, chiming in the chat. Hello to you, sir. We will be picking up STRR broadcasts here. It would be next week. I believe we'll have 2 nights of racing with them, Tuesday and Thursday. Fixed 358s on Tuesday and open pro lates on Thursday. That's upcoming here on Buckeye Racing Network. But before we get to all of that fun, we have unfinished business left to settle here at Lucas Oil with the League of Outlaws tonight. Out of turn 4. Williams on the gas. Green flag in the air for heat 2. Williams with the early advantage. Jared Murphy on the outside trying to see if he can get his nose on the right rear of Williams. I think he's going to do that here through 3 and 4. Crossover maybe down the front straightaway. Battle also for 3rd. Donnie Battiest, Christian White. Then Mitchell Menard, Thomas Levester right there as well, side by side. Back up.
Jared slid up. No, sorry,
Go,
ahead.
go for it.
Jared slid up. Contact made between the two. Jared slides right back up in front. As we see another crossover from the 57 machine of Trevor Williams.
Yeah, awesome battling here between our front two. That's Jared Murphy, Trevor Williams, like Tim said, sliding each other back and forth. Already 4 laps down, a little bit further back. Christian White down low, Mitchell Menard around the outside. And they're battling side by side. Thomas Levester has moved into 4th, looking to the inside of Donnie Battiest. Meanwhile, the front two are single file now, both running the outside line. Levester is inched ahead just for a second. Battiest with the run out of turn 4. Still side by side for 3rd. White flag in the air for Jared Murphy. Trevor Williams in 2nd. Now to turn 4 to the flag. Jared Murphy is going to win heat 2. Trevor Williams 2nd. Donnie Battiest 3rd. Thomas Levester 4th. Christian White 5th. Mitchell Menard is going to be 6th. Here is our starting lineup for our 40-lap feature here tonight at Lucas Oil. Row 1 is going to be a Murphy Brothers front row. On the inside, the 65 machine of James Murphy. On the outside, the 1 machine of Jared Murphy. Row 2, on the inside, it's going to be the 33 of A.J. Hunsinger. And on the outside, it's going to be the 57 of Trevor Williams. Row 3, on the inside, the 024 machine of Trevor Doyle. And on the outside, the 67 machine of Donnie Battiest. Row 4, on the inside, the 515 of Chris Cox. And on the outside, the 22 of Thomas Levester. Row 5 is on the inside, the 84 of Aiden Schulte and the 07 of Christian White on the outside. Row number 6 is going to be Owen Clark in the 23 on the inside and Mitchell Menard in the 69 on the outside. Those are our 12 starters here tonight for 40 laps. We may see a Murphy Brothers battle in the making. Pace trucks peeling off. Field's going to work down the backstretch and through turns 3 and 4. James Murphy's on the gas. Green flag is in the air. 40 laps at Lucas Oil underway. Jared Murphy, A.J. Hunsinger side by side for second. Also a side-by-side battle between Trevor Doyle and I believe that's Trevor Williams. Yellow flag is in the air. Early caution is out. Let's see if we can take a look at exactly what happened. We're going to keep an eye on the 23 machine of Owen Clark. He's that black and yellow car. Out of turn 4 and into turn 1. He was underneath Aiden Schulte in the 84. Those two cars just make a bit of contact. Schulte's car turns perpendicular. He gets back going, but the 23 hits the tire on the inside of the racetrack, coming to a stop, and that's what brought the yellow and I think hurt the motor on that machine. As well. Unfortunate start for Owen. Hopefully he can get some repairs done and come back out and join the field. As we've come to find out, restarts are such a big key here in these feature events, keeping that car out front. And if you get a great restart, you can kind of give yourself a little bit of breathing room back to the second and third place cars as you work your way through turns 1 and 2. Kind of giving the driver a little bit of a comfort level on the initial restarts. Good sign. Pace lights are out. Pace truck peels off. James throttles up. Green flag goes back in the air for our first restart of the night. Jared Murphy in a battle with A.J. Hunsinger and Trevor Williams for that second place position. Williams way high, up over the cushion in 3 and 4, and is going to lose a handful of spots as he works down the front straightaway. More contact.
Big old scuffle back there.
Absolutely. Everybody's still going, though, but the battle is on for the race lead. Jared Murphy around the outside of his brother James, trying to go ahead here. still side by side. AJ Hunsinger is going to be third. Chris Cox finds himself in fourth. The closest battle is right behind them with Thomas Levister, Trevor Williams, and Trevor Doyle. There, Mitchell Menard trying to make his way from the back. He's now in eighth, trying to work around the outside of Trevor Doyle in the 024 machine. We'll pan back up front just for a second. The Murphy brothers, 1 and 2. Hunsinger now under fire from Cox for third. Both cars running the inside. Right behind them, Levister working the outside and Trevor Williams working the inside. Uh-oh. Almost an issue with Chris Cox there. I think he had to slow the car way up as he was trying to get underneath AJ Hunsinger.
Williams finally works his way by on the inside of Thomas Levister as Levister goes back to the inside, trying to switch it up now.
Good racing going on here. Good side-by-side battles. Don't look now, but Mitchell Menard's trying to creep in for the battle for 6 with Thomas Levister here. And he's there on the inside. And Williams is now trying to work around the outside of Chris Cox. Still side by side. Williams is on a mission here tonight. One and two still held by James and Jared Murphy. Williams has worked his way around Cox, and he's now trying to work around Hunsinger on the outside as well. I think he's potentially sparked some stuff in Chris Cox in the 515 to try to move up and run the outside. And he is going to follow him here through 3 and 4. As these fellas are reeling in Jared in that one machine.
James is starting to pull away from his brother.
Yes, he is, and he is all the way down on the inside, making it work. Big slide job there for the 57 of Trevor Williams for that third place position over AJ Hunsinger. Little contact with Hunsinger and Cox. No harm, no foul there. Quick check a little further back. Trevor Doyle is now 6th, Mitchell Menard 7th, and Thomas Levister battling around the outside for that spot. And right there as well is the 07 of Christian White and the 84 of Aiden Schulte. Uh-oh, Chris Cox with an issue. And I think the 07 also has some damage on that car. So maybe a secondary accident. Let's see exactly what happened here. We're going to look at the Hunsinger in the 33A and Cox in the 515 as they go down into turn 1. Cox got such a good run in and hit the 57, and that caused the contact with Hunsinger there as well. I seen the 07 of Christian White also got a little piece of that, maybe trying to avoid what he's seen ahead. Oh, Aiden Schulte. I think Aiden Schulte clipped a tire, and he sure did getting into turn 1. Broke the left front on that machine, and that car came right up into the 07. So 2 separate incidents there with that yellow flag. You see Schulte is in the pit lane along with Christian White. They had some wheel damage. Not sure if they'll be able to continue or not. Field's already 2x2 into turn 3. James Murphy fires. Green flag goes back in the air. Trevor Williams now looking to the inside of Jared Murphy in the 1. Trevor Doyle with a run around the outside trying to get that car wound up. For a moment, he just had a glimpse into 3rd. From Trevor Williams. Looks like one of the cars able to rejoin. That would be Christian White.
Man, I tell you what, that League of Outlaws machine of Trevor Doyle has woken up. It is alive.
Yes, it is. He has put that thing up on the outside, and that car has come alive. There's no doubt about it. As we look at our leader, James Murphy, he has been committed to the bottom so far and hasn't varied from that low line yet. Jared comfortably in 2nd. Trevor Doyle now 3rd. The battle is on for 4th. Hunsinger and Williams side by side down our front straightaway here. Chris Cox all over the rear end of Trevor Williams. Both cars trying to work around the outside. Still side by side for the 5th place position. Hunsinger 4th, Trevor Doyle 3rd, Jared Murphy 2nd, James Murphy still leading. And James is just starting to gap everybody else right now out to a 1.3 second advantage at the line. Here at our 2nd and 3rd place cars. The battle still raging on for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Oh, AJ Hunsinger slid up in front of Trevor Williams. Now Hunsinger with a little bit of contact from Chris Cox in the 515. Oh no, the 57.
I think it's broken. The left front's broke.
Well, at least on my end, it looks like the tire's okay, but for a second there, it looked like it was broken. There's no doubt about it.
I guess it is okay.
So a big mistake avoided there for the 57 machine. No doubt about that. That moves Chris Cox to 5th. James Murphy stretching his legs a little more. Up over 2 seconds now, the advantage. Coming to 7 laps to go at the line this time. Chris Cox is looking for a way around Hunsinger. Trying a couple different lines. Hunsinger also trying a couple different lines as well. Maybe to try to throw off the 515 of Chris Cox. Right up ahead of them, they closed right in on Doyle and Jared Murphy as they're running the bottom. And James is currently in a little bit of a different zip code than everybody else, almost a 3-second advantage with 4 laps to go. He just doesn't want to see another yellow flag and just wants to get to the end of this. Battle starting to brew for third. Hunsinger trying to get the run around the outside. We'll try to challenge Trevor Doyle for third. Jared Murphy made Trevor Doyle check up just a little bit on the inside there. Hunsinger, great run around the outside. He moves into your third position. White flag is already in the air for James Murphy.
Contact, a little contact made with Jared and AJ allows Trevor Doyle to shoot up the inside.
Checkered flag in the air. James Murphy wins here tonight. Jared Murphy's going to come home second and AJ Hunsinger third. Awesome battle there. Trevor Doyle in fourth. Wow, what a finish. Further back, congratulations to James Murphy on the victory here. We're going to get a look at our final results in just a minute and also get a word with our top three. And we'll see our top three pull on to the front straightaway. Potentially here for a picture. As Hunsinger's working his way around. And for a second, let's just take a look at the race results. James Murphy, your winner. Jared Murphy, second. AJ Hunsinger in third. Trevor Doyle, fourth. Chris Cox, fifth. Donnie Battiest in sixth. Thomas Levister, seventh. Trevor Williams, eighth. Mitchell Menard, ninth. Christian White, 10th. Aiden Schulte, 11th. And Owen Clark in 12th. Let's take a minute to talk to our top three. And first, we're going to talk to AJ Hunsinger in the 33 machine.
I forgot to finish third.
Hey, AJ, Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Well, what a battle down to the wire there for that third place position. I know you're battering with Doyle and Trevor Williams, I believe it was there, and you came away with a third.
Yeah, I finally got a hold of something there at the end. I started doing a slider line. I got back by Trevor Williams there and started chasing after Trevor Doyle and Jared. And it wasn't really making much ground, so I just started experimenting and I started running a slider line, and that helped me suck right up to him basically. But once I got there, I couldn't keep running the slider line, obviously, so I had to figure out another way to get around Trevor there on the outside. I thought I was going to hit him a couple times because I was really trying to throw it in there, and I was just barely missing his right rear when he went in the corner. But hung on there on the outside for the last couple laps and picked up another spot, so finished third tonight.
Yeah, absolutely a good run. Tim, you have anything to ask AJ?
Who'd you like to thank for tonight?
Everybody at League of Outlaws, there's a lot of people that help us out and help make this whole thing possible. You guys for sure. I love having you guys broadcast these races. ESD performance, like crazy graphics, boosted designs, MEI transmissions, and FIBA Motorsports, carbon fiber cybernetics, and Kucha's Kitchen, and two fat guys.
All righty, man. Well, again, we'll let you go celebrate that third place finish. Congrats.
Thanks, guys. Catch you later.
Later. That was our third place finisher, Mr. AJ Hunsinger. And we're going to get to talk to Jared Murphy in the one machine. Hey, Jared, Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All righty, buddy. Another solid run here tonight. Coming home second, right behind your brother. We saw you guys just kind of working the bottom side of the speedway most of the night, trying to mind your P's and Q's.
Yeah, the bottom was so much better on tires. I ran the top first like 5, 6 laps, and I was able to get the lead, but at the end I was paying for it. My tires were shot.
Right, we did see a couple of the cars close in on you, and your brother gapped you a little bit there. Was you worried about anything, or?
No, they would have had to hit me to move me or go around the top. I wasn't coming off the bottom.
All right, absolutely. Tim, you have anything to ask Jared?
Yeah, it's just you think you could have held on a little bit more if you just held off James for a little bit.
No, he would have had better tires than me. He ran the bottom the entire race. Them first couple laps really killed my tires.
All righty, Jared. Well, before we let you go, anybody you'd like to thank here tonight?
I'd like to thank y'all for broadcasting it, the League of Outlaws for the setups. I'd like to thank AJ Huntsinger for the new rap and Talking Dirt.
All right, man. We'll let you go celebrate that second place finish.
Thank you.
That was your second place finisher, Jared Murphy. Our race winner here tonight, Mr. James Murphy. Hey, James, Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All righty, man. Well, another race down, another race win for you here tonight. How does it feel?
It was good. I was able to get qualifying pole and win the heat race and led most of the laps in the main right there, so I can't beat that.
No, you can't. Another dominant night here for you. It definitely has to feel good. Tim, you have anything to ask James?
Just dominating performance. Just never left the bottom. Anyone you want to thank today?
I'll thank y'all for broadcasting it, League of Outlaws for putting it on, and AJ Huntsinger with the rap and Talking Dirt.
All righty, buddy. Well, again, congratulations on the victory here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
That was Mr. Jared Murphy. Well, as the evening comes to a close here tonight with the League of Outlaws, I guess we'll kind of preview the schedule upcoming for us here on the Buckeye Racing Network. Tomorrow night, we do have the Regal Promotions Esports 360 Sprint Cars. And real quick, I'll double check on the schedule. We'll be live at Lernerville Speedway tomorrow. 30 laps of distance is going to be the feature when we get to that point. We're going to be live here at about 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And after that, it'll be fast forward a week to the next Sunday here. That'll be Easter Sunday night, and we'll have the League of Outlaws IMCA style stock cars from Knoxville. So those are the upcoming races. If you want to watch some more dirt racing action, you're always welcome here on the Buckeye Racing Network. Tim, do you have any closing thoughts as we leave Lucas Oil tonight?
Just I'm surprised continuously, and I feel like I say that every week. It seems like every week the track gets more and more racy, even though it gets reset.
Yeah, I do totally agree. You know, we do see some really good racing cars able to move around and make moves, and we can't ask for a better night than that. Well, that'll do it here tonight from Lucas Oil. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. Good night.